What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 215 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And of course if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what would you consider to be the most overrated booster set in Yu-Gi-Oh's history? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say. But speaking of booster sets, today's video we actually have 6 brand new random cards that have just been revealed for the upcoming core set Alliance Insight. Honestly, I'm actually kind of curious about these cards, because some of them are actually kind of good, others are kind of iffy. But without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have Gordian Schneider. If I can, there we go. I could try and zoom in there. There we go. There we go. And it's a normal spell, with the effect being a once per turn. And it says that this card's activation and effect cannot be negated. And the effect reads: at the start of your main phase, target any number of face-up cards on the field, banish a card from your hand, or 6 from your extra deck. For every target face down, for every target face down, then return those targets to the hand. So there's a note here that says this is a reference to the Gordian Knot, a legendary knot solved by Alexander the Great by him simply cutting through it with his sword. Schneider is German for one who cuts. The Gordian Knot is well known idiomatically as solving a very complex problem with what turns out to be a very simple brute force solution. So, okay, so basically this is a pretty cool version of Compulse, but it basically forces you. It basically forces you to either banish a card from your hands, or banish 6 from your extra deck, and you basically get to bounce the targets to the hand. So hypothetically speaking, this is a cool way to pretty much bounce your opponent's entire board back to their hand. And if the opponent has a bunch of extra deck monsters, like say they were playing what's that one, Salamangre. Let's say they were playing that, and their board was Pyro Phoenix, Heat Leo plus Underworld Goddess, and I'll say board load Savage Dragon. Let's just say that. You could literally bounce all those cards back to their extra deck, and if they have no resources in their main deck, guess what? They scoop. So it's not bad. The only issue that I have is the fact that this card can actually, it does say, yes, it does say that the activation and the effect can't be negated. There is a way to bypass it, but I don't remember what the card is. I don't know if it's I think the only way to bypass it, is with imperm. If you were to imperm one of your opponent's cards, and this card was in the imperm column, I believe imperm can actually stop it without even noticing it, which it's not bad. It's still a pretty cool card. Next up, we have Ferociously Angered Sabersaurus. So if you guys remember the old vanilla monster Sabersaurus, it now has a retrain in the form of an Xyz monster, which is pretty damn cool. And it's a rank 4 Fire Dino Xyz with 2000 attack, 600 defense, and requires 2 level 4 monsters. And it says that both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads you can detach one material from this card, destroy one dino monster in your hands or face of field. Then you can change the battle position of a monster on the field. Excuse me. Second effect reads, at the start of the damage step, if your other dino monster battles, you can destroy this card, and if you do, that dino gains 2,000 attack until the end of the battle phase. So interestingly enough, this is basically a much more, I guess, a much more unique version of oh my god, what's the card? I can't think of it. Rush Recklessly. This is basically Rush Recklessly on steroids. I mean, that's literally all it is, and it also and it's also basically a zero gravity as well, where you can switch a monster's position from attack to defense, and vice versa. Dino based decks can literally abuse the living shit out of this card. But also, I think Jurax. I think it's Jurax, and pretty much like almost like every other like Dino based deck can abuse this card. And this is basically this right here is essentially a 2 of, like, it. Yes, it would be okay to run 3, but I think it'd be better as a 2 of, because this can basically threaten lethal. With this card's second effect, it has the potential to threaten lethal. So you can literally, so hypothetically speaking, you can literally pop this card, target your let's say your ultimate conductor Tyranno, and your UCT basically gains 2,000 attack, which can basically help threaten lethal, which is pretty damn crazy if you ask me. Next up, we have Dogorado, the Moving Stone Relic, in which it kind of reminds me, looking at the art, at the design, it kind of reminds me of oh my god, what's that one card that Darts used in the anime? Orichalcos Shuneros. It kind of reminds me of that in a way, which looks pretty cool. But with that being said, it is a Earth Rock Link 3 with 1,000 attack, and its arrows are top, bottom left, bottom right. And it requires 2 or more monsters, including a rock monster. And both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads if this card is special summon, you can target 1 rock monster in your grave. This card gains attack equal to that monster's. Second effect reads, during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can target 1 other monster on the field with attack equal to or less than this card's. This card loses attack equal to that monster's, and if it does, destroy that monster. I mean, it's like whatever. I mean, there aren't a whole lot of rock-based decks in the format right now, so the card is essentially dead at this point. Um, I think Warrock isn't Warrock a rock-based deck? Hang on, guys. I need to go onto Master Duel and see, because I think if Warrock is actually a rock based deck, then maybe Warrock could use it. But even with that, but even with that, Warrock is not even a good deck. Warrock, here we are. Oh, they're warriors. Okay, never mind. They're yeah, I believe they are warriors. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, and the thing is, Warrocks aren't even that good anyway. So I don't really know what deck could use this card, but it's not even that good. I mean, yes, you are. I mean, yes, this card can gain attack, but like what good does that do, right? It's it's like not even that good. Um, yeah, it's not even a good card. I mean it's decent, but I could see this card getting, being a common in the TCG release, which I think we won't be getting the TCG release for another month, I think. So that's gonna be for like maybe another month or two. So it'll be very interesting. But next up we have Chaotic Elements. And it is a normal spell with both of its effects being a once per turn. The first effect reads: add one level 5 or higher light or dark pyro or aqua monster from your deck or grave to the hand. Then, if you have 3 or more pyro and or aqua monsters in your grave, you can destroy one card on the field. Second effect reads: if your opponent destroys a light or dark pyro or aqua monster, you can banish the card from your grave. Target a monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. Um. So interestingly enough, this is pretty good for decks like Ashen and also Tistina, mainly because of the fact that I think Ashen is dark pyro, and Tistina I think is light aqua. I actually want to go back. I'm going back on a Master Duel to find out, because I think that is the case. Go deck, pick a random one, and now we'll go Tistina. Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So light aqua. Yeah. So hypothetically speaking, you could add both demigod and crystal god, and then I think Ashen. Dark pyro. Yep. Yep. I thought so. So it's mostly Ashen that you can use it in. Dark light. Let's go. Pyro aqua. So what do we have for that? Um, Dark pyro. Evil swarm is one that comes in the mind. Tearlament. Helios, the primordial sun. Those decks can abuse it. Um, Ashen is another. So there are some decks that can abuse it, but I think looking at it on the surface, I think we're gonna be in for a very interesting format with this card, because of the fact that you can literally just add, it's basically Rhoda, and it also lets you and if you have three or more in your grave, it also acts as a board pop. So you can literally choose to trap hole one of your opponent's monsters, or to be able to just MST one of your opponent's cards right off the bat. And it also acts as a snatch steal, which is even more hilarious. So this card's actually not too bad, if I'm being completely honest here. But now we gotta talk about a video game. We actually gotta talk about a brand new video game promo. I didn't even realize that it was gonna be a promo card, but yeah, this is just a random one. I know I said on Threads that there was gonna be six new cards in Alliance Insight, but I made a mistake. If you guys saw that post on Threads, I apologize. I meant to say 5 cards. Yeah, I literally meant to say 5 cards, but that is perfectly okay. So the V-Jump promo card is named named Soul Freezing Snow Crystal, I believe is how it's pronounced. Here's the artwork. Obviously, we don't know anything about it. We don't know what the effect is. We do know that it's a 6-star light attribute. Probably gonna be either a machine or an aqua. Not really sure though. Not really sure, but it's an old video game card. It's an old card from one of the older video games, which I believe could have some form of synergy with Ticina, but there's that. So unfortunately, it is not 6 cards. It is 5. I humbly apologize. Yes, yeah. I humbly apologize. Hope you guys can forgive me on that. But last card. I apologize. Made a mistake. It's all good. We can still continue. So the last card is called the Psalms of the Kings. And obviously for those who are very religious, Psalms, you guys already know about the about Psalms from the Bible. I believe. So for those who are very religious, you guys already know about that. But it is a normal trap with the card saying that you can only activate one. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If you have no monsters in your grave, you can activate this card from your hand. So another version of Imperm. Literally, it is. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you cannot activate monster effects in the hand, grave, and banishment until the end of the next turn. After this card is activated from the hand resolves. Also, negate that effect. Then, if you have a trap in your grave, you can add one Dominius card from your deck to your hand. So this is basically Imperm, but just different, right? It's basically a different version of Imperm, but for whoop. Sorry guys, kicked my tripod. Hang on. Whoop. Sorry guys, I kicked my tripod. Anyway, it's basically Imperm, but for the Dominus, um, for the Dominus archetype, if you will. I don't really know exactly if we're gonna be getting. I don't know about the Dominus archetype. I think it's still relatively new, if I remember right. But again, it's basically imperm because you can you can activate it from your hand if you have no monsters in your grave. So hypothetically speaking, a deck like the Grand Maju decks, that's one deck that can hypothetically speaking abuse this card. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think out of all 5 of these cards, I think the 2 that are going to be very useful the most are going to be chaotic elements and Gordian Schneider. I think just because of the fact that they can really, excuse me, especially chaotic elements, it can really help Ashen become quite the powerful force, and it can also help with what you call it, help Tistina become a very interesting force to be reckoned with. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.